Here I'm going to show you how to use the tool Powtoon to create videos and animated presentations. So it's just a different way for students or teachers or administrators to create a presentation with characters and props and cool backgrounds and graphics and things. It's different than your typical presentation. So when I create an account or if I log in using my account, I would come to this page for Powtoon. So if I scroll down, it's just typical page, kind of shows you around Discover, and there are always tutorials that you can use to actually learn from the website on how to use all of their features. But I'm going to show you a couple things. So at the top for my Powtoons, that would be where I would click to find projects that I have already created myself, which I have done a few, so they would be housed here. When I scroll down, you can see all of the videos I have already created. If I click more, you can delete, duplicate, collaborate here. I can edit, I can view, everything like that. If I scroll back up to the top, Discover and Solutions is just kind of about the Powtoon brand and how to use that. There's blogs and other things you can use to help discover kind of what you're doing once you get to the site. Up here, you'll see what type of Powtoon would you like to create. If you want to start there because you know you're definitely going to do something that needs explaining, more of a marketing approach, maybe infographics you're doing in your class, just a presentation, a video ad, there are a bunch of different options. You can also do a blank Powtoon, which gives you blank pages just like a blank PowerPoint or Google Slides presentation would, and you can start from scratch. So that allows you to be creative or your students to be creative and just add in their own backgrounds, characters, props, anything they want, the colors, the fonts. But with templates, I think that's the better way to go because you can also customize it as much as you want. So it can really be yours, but you also get a good starting point. And maybe you do want to use templates and the format that is already provided for you. So all of these are templates, and that's also where I'm going to take you up here. You can find them in the same place. But once I look at the template options, there are a ton to choose from. And like I said, a template just gives you a good starting point of something and a format, fonts and graphics and things, so you don't have to put it all together yourself, but you are more than welcome to start with a blank Powtoon like I showed on the previous page. So for template category, that would just be the different categories we saw on the previous page. You can go for a work type video, education, which would be great for school, or personal. So if I were to go to education and let's say I want my students to make something, I could scroll through the options. So there's one on class goals, a book report type style, facts, skyboard. Again, facts, a student resume would be cool, and maybe a business type class, school rules. But you can see all of the different options, and these are not by any means uncustomizable. So you can change any words, any fonts, any pictures, any graphics or backgrounds that you want. So once you are in the template, you kind of do have free reign, which is cool. Just to show you some of the other ones, if we go back to the original category, let's see, work, we go to all. Even though this is a work category, it's still just basic things like steps or a timeline that you could use in your classroom or students could use to explain a topic or show their understanding of something. So it really doesn't matter what category you're in up here because all of these templates have great ideas, great starting point for anything that you or your students are trying to make. So you can see that there are a ton of options. I'm just going to click on one. Let's just find one. Let's see. Let's go with this one. So you can click preview or use. If you automatically know you want to use it, just click use. But if I want to see, I don't know what the template's all about, I would click preview. And it'll start a little video showing me what I would see if I were to use this template. So that's just a little snippet, it's not the entire thing, but like you saw, you could click the button that said use this template and then that would open it up for you to edit and customize, or you can just exit out. If I were to preview this one, it'll show me a little trailer. So I'm just going to click use this template so I can show you some of the other features offered on Powtoon. But basically with a template, like is expected, you type in your own information. They just have the graphics and the layout kind of organized for you. So whether you want to start from scratch or go this route, there are a ton of options, and I think your kids will really enjoy it. So this is what it'll look like once you do open a template, or like I said, if you choose to do a blank Powtoon, all of these boxes on the left will just be white and you can start from scratch. But up here at the top, you'll see edit and create. When you are in the edit category, it just has the slides for you. All you would do is click into a box where you need to insert your own information. So like you, she is a teacher. And then you can customize your font, your size, your headings, all of those things right there, just like a PowerPoint or a Word document would be. These are the slides, so once you click to another one, it would open that next slide for you. You can trash it with the trash can. You click here, it gives you other options to add, swap, delete, duplicate that slide. If I wanted to make the same one twice, click duplicate, and you can just see your slides lined up here like a PowerPoint. So if I were to be in the create category here, that allows me a lot more customizing, and I can insert props and characters and text the way that I want it. And so this is where you would be if you were to create your blank Powtoon. So if I didn't like something in here, I could click, I could delete that, I could swap it out for a different character. So if I were just hit delete on my keyboard, then I go over here and you have characters, text, backgrounds, props, shapes, images, videos, sound, all of these different options to customize your video. So if I wanted to add a different person, my character, there are a ton of different options, but a lot of these do require you to buy a subscription of some sort. The free version of Powtoon I've never had any problem with. I've always had more than enough options, and so if I just go with that, I could click on anything that does not have the Pro by it. So let's click on this option. I want to find a person to go right here that replaced the one that I had before. So I'm going to just click on this guy. So once I hover my mouse over it, it gives you different emotions of this person that you could have. And so you just click on one to insert, then I can stretch it how I want it. Looks like he's standing on the desk, but then there are different options for, again, the pose. You can go back and find a different emotion. I could turn him. Settings allow you to do different other animations or customizations there. And you just insert things into your slide as you would a PowerPoint, but everything's animated here, so it's pretty cool. But each of these things is just either a text box or a picture or a prop of some sort that was grabbed from over here. If I wanted to play just this slide, I would click on this right there. If I wanted to play from here into the rest of my presentation, I would click on the blue button. But down here is a timeline that allows you to kind of customize how long you want certain parts of your slide to be, where you want certain things to pop up. So you can click and drag. You can add time by just clicking the plus signs here. If I wanted this guy to pop up a little sooner, I would drag him until the 4.5 second mark. And then I could go back to the beginning, play it from there. And you can always pause if you don't like something, but it's just a lot of customization that you have the opportunity to throw in what you want in your video, which is really cool. And like I said, you do it on a slide-by-slide basis. Students love to work with this. They love the cartoon aspect. Also up here at the top where you see Modern Edge Look, if you click on that, you can pick the theme that your graphics would be, and so based on which one you pick here, you're going to have different options in your characters category. So once I clicked on the whiteboard look, now I have these characters that look like they've been drawn on a whiteboard. If I were to pick cartoon, which is always my students' favorite, I would get superheroes and like pow, wow, bam, clouds and cool stuff like that. Infographics are a cool thing to make, and so it gives you options for charts and graphs and everything like that. And then real would be more like photographs and scenery in your characters and backgrounds. So there's just a lot of different options to do things. And like I said, each one of these is a picture, is a graphic. You just click on it, you can edit, you can delete, you can flip it around, everything just like a normal PowerPoint or something, but you just have a lot more options to do. Once I am done with my Powtoon, I would click Save. If I wanted to preview it and just check it out first, I would click Preview, and you actually do have two options here. Pause that. So you can make it a slideshow, which would be just like a PowerPoint, and you'd have to click through in order to get to the next slide, or a movie allows it to be a video that just runs through once you click on play. So after that, it's really easy to export it to things like YouTube or just sharing a link in order to get it out there to other people. So when I first used Powtoon for the first time, it was a lot of trial and error. You just need to kind of play around with your options, but it's a really cool way for students to get a little bit more animated, a little bit more creative in a presentation. My students certainly enjoy it, and as we all know, they're great with technology, so they tend to figure stuff out even maybe before we do sometimes. But this is Powtoon.